TC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, another hazy, hot and humid day, but in the last half hour, a nice storm responding to all the heat across the area and a little instability aloft. We got a nice thunderstorm out there. We'll check that in just a bit. In fact, let's take a look at the regional radar and Doppler. Most of the action's been across southeast Texas, also into Mississippi, where there have been strong storms. And as expected, today's rain chances down, but even when they're down, they're not completely out. And of course, we're getting our 20% over about 70% of the viewing area late this afternoon, right over Lafayette and Vermilion Parish. We do have additional activity across western Louisiana and the one cell locally over us, and then a couple other strong cells, another one over toward Houma that there's a severe thunderstorm warning out for. And we got some pretty strong storms here producing very heavy downpours and frequent cloud to ground lightning, and they're going to probably take another 20-30 minutes to mature and then begin to weaken. But anywhere you see the magenta, that's very heavy rainfall, and you're seeing your cloud to ground lightning, and that goes into Lafayette as well. And let's get in a little. Let me back up for just 1 second here and kind of show you some of the hail tracks. It looks like some of these storms are actually showing a little bit in the way of hail in across portions of Acadiana, but sometimes this is just heavy raindrops and not really hail, but maybe some pea-sized hail showing up in a couple of these cells late this afternoon. So let's get rid of that banner here and move into Lafayette. We have some very heavy downpours. We'll drill right down to town, and strongest activity right along Calise Saloon by East Bayou Parkway. And then as we get a little bit further to the north here, we're right along Johnston Street. Here's Highway 167, Cajun Dome Boulevard, and yes, it's pouring right here at the station a little bit, but it's a little bit heavier over toward the Cajun Dome and then over toward the St. Street area in Lafayette. And again, this cell kind of amoebic. It's not moving anywhere. It's just kind of popping up and dropping back down. We have very light winds aloft, so we'll continue to see this activity across much of Lafayette Parish probably for the next half hour, 45 minutes or so, and then things will quiet down thereafter. In fact, the model picked that out a little bit earlier. We're picking it up around 8 o'clock this evening. Still lingering storms, especially western Louisiana, a few other cells elsewhere, but things will quiet down overnight tonight, and then we do it all over again tomorrow. We'll start off partly sunny, hazy once again, and even through lunchtime pretty quiet, but late in the afternoon, early evening, showers and storms forming up, especially Lafayette on eastward, where we'll see the best instability and best rain chances. Back to the west, it should be drier, and again, some locally heavy downpours for our Friday. Rain chance up to 30 to 40% tomorrow afternoon. Then we get into Saturday afternoon, better coverage of showers and storms as colder air aloft, a disturbance drops to the south, and there's more of a weakness in the atmosphere. So a good chance of daytime storms during the course of our Saturday, and that's going to carry into Sunday as well. This is the picture I took earlier today of the haze. You can't see the clouds quite clearly, especially as you go farther on the horizon, and that's that Saharan dust we've been talking about over the next couple of days. It will gradually drift off to the west and then may curl around Texas, move back to the north and come back in. And it looks like there's more dust on the way for the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and a big plume of dust coming off the Atlantic coast, and that is good. That keeps tropical activity for the most part at bay, because you can't have the latent heat of process that helps tropical activity to develop. But normally that dust goes away come mid to late August, so we'll see how it plays out this summer. Near-term temperatures tonight after the storms getting down to the low to mid 70s, maybe a little patchy fog where we're having that thunderstorm going on right now. Tomorrow back into the low to mid 90s. I'll go 93 for the high tomorrow with that heat index in the low 100s. Lower 70s to mid 70s tomorrow night, so not too bad at night. And during the day, Saturday and Sunday, temperatures holding in the mid to upper 80s thanks to a better chance of cloud showers and storms. So a few storms early, mainly northwest, and have to update this right now, and overhead in Lafayette and Vermilion Parish. Generally fair skies later on tonight. I'm giving up on the chance of a nice red sunset because of the cloud cover and the storms that are forming up recently, and the storms back to the west that kind of spanked us yesterday on that hazy the Saharan dust sunset. And then tomorrow, another hazy, hot, and humid day. Maybe we'll get to see the sunset tomorrow. About a 40% chance of thunderstorms late in the day may mitigate that as well. 93 the projected high, and that heat index up to 103. Rain chances up in the 50 to 60% range this weekend, but again, not a washout. Just be careful with the lightning out there, and do expect some splash and dash storms from time to time. Rain chances go down, of course, on Monday when we're all back to work, in some cases school. And then as we go into the middle part of the week, rain chances perking back up, but they should go back down. The model's still consistent, especially the European model, on a dry but very hot 4th of July, but you can't rule out an afternoon storm. Even when we're in the 10 to 20% range like today, there you go. You have that storm pop up in about a 30-minute time frame, and it'll be gone in about a 30 to 40-minute time frame as well.
I was going to say, now it's starting to feel like summer.
Yeah,
with those
exactly right.
storms.
Exactly
Thanks,
right.
Rob.